Hello, welcome to the midweek stream. It's Wednesday, September 20th, 2022. It will be the last one for a while. Okay, I will be off air for the next 2 week plus. I'm likely to return in 3 Wednesday from today. But for those that are in the chat group, I will check into WhatsApp on a daily basis to keep in touch with anyone. I will bring my laptop with me in case I need to take a look at any charts, but it's a vacation, so I will be checking in very minimum. Plus, I'm going to be far away, and internet connection availability will be limited. Okay, keep that in mind. Right off the bat, today is Fed decision day. The market has been trading very lightly all week up until today. I think we all kind of baked in that the Fed is going to pause and deliver some generic wording like they're going to be data dependent and they're going to wait until, blah, 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 blah. So it doesn't matter. Okay. Personally, I care more about what the weekly econ data is, not what the Fed is saying for the most part, because for the most part, they are handcuffed by the data. And as much as I hate to criticize the Fed that they should be more forward looking, they are who they are, incompetent. All right, so TLT, I did take the weakness this week so far to sell some put spread going out into mid October. Yeah, I mean, I sold 90.5 put spread, even 90 into mid October. I was able to get a decent premium for those. Yeah. If TLT go below 90.5, which is of course the low has been uh, down here. Okay, I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Right here, 91.85. That's the 2 week low. Uh, yeah, I can't imagine what rate, how weak the economy would be. It's already weak. Okay, for those that follow me in the chat group, I posted countless data on a weekly basis on how auto sales is down, um, credit card debt is up, consumer is stretched to the limit, saving is down. We are weak. Okay, I don't know what the Fed is looking at. I don't know what people on TV are talking about when they say that, oh, we have so much saving left, consumer is so strong, there are still so much more saving than blah blah blah. I'm like, what are you talking about? What savings? All right, dia, we touch. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful candle? When technical works out well, it looks beautiful, right? You come right down to the channel low. And for those that pay attention to what I said the past week or two, yeah, if you bought, good on you. If you're a trader, right? Yeah, there you go. It can bounce. Okay, now if you went long, right? If you went long, first of all, I would sell. Depend on today decision. You can have one of those nice pop all the way to the Friday, right? So would I trim into the 50? Absolutely, for sure. Trim up here, right? In this uh, range of reversal here. So if you want to trim 348.6 and then trim 350 to 351, 352 if you want to, but up there, okay? But yeah, looking good. The beauty of ETF, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, even 20 years ago, you couldn't buy the Dow Jones. Not something that, the average person can buy, but now you can. SPY and QQQ are kind of similar, so you're kind of in the middle of no man's land. I talked about it last week where I said there's no compelling reason to short or long or be bullish on either one or bearish, because it's kind of in the middle of no man's land. But if you long and the market pops this week, sure, trim into the 50. Of course, trim. QQQ, same thing. Okay, it's kind of like no man's land. Now, would I be more bullish on a pullback and buy into the QQQ at 359, 360? Yeah, up there. Channel low and the 100 MA. Okay, and I think we will. I think between now and the end of October, sometime between here and then, I think you're gonna have some kind of pullback that, or of course, in 2 or 3 weeks, as the channel keep rising higher, it doesn't have to come much more down, right? By the end of September, we can be looking at a channel low at roughly 365-ish. Okay, so it doesn't have to come all the way down, but in 2 or 3 weeks, the channel will come up as well as a 100 MA. So up to you. Alrighty, yesterday, the one sector that got beat up pretty badly was the health insurance. It's been ugly. Okay, I have nothing. I have a long dated put spread on ELV, no share of any of these companies. Um, Yesterday was dicey because, look, okay, that's the danger zone. Okay, right here was the gap up. We had basically two big gap up, and yesterday we well, not just yesterday, last week too, it came down to that area and it wick up. So it's okay, right? But the more time you test a zone, the more time you test a level, the more likely it will break. Okay, so be careful. No doubt, buying down here at the gap fill is a no-brainer, and I think it can happen. The unthinkable can happen. All right, so don't be too bullish buying into it. Okay, there was time for those that follow me on ELV for the past 2 years. There was time when selling put spread or buying the dip at this level was a no-brainer, right? Look, bang, okay, support, 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 breakdown, and now it's become resistant. Okay, so it's not a good thing. Okay, we can look at a new low range, not something you want to see. Okay, not something you want to see. So ELV is the weakest of the bunch. UNH, not as weak, but still it's dicey. Okay, right now there's no compelling reason for me to be in and out. Okay, no short, no long. I don't like it. It's just the chart look messy, right? Messy. Nothing there to like. Humana, strongest of the three. It's bouncing off the 50. All right, so do I want to own it? The answer is no. Just because it is the strongest of the three does not mean that it's not going to catch up to the other two. Okay, so be wary, right? So now the one that I like more than the rest is strong, and would I buy the dip if it come down to the zone? Yeah, it need to come down to the zone. It's far away from the zone. Okay, so there's no compelling reason to be in it right now. Okay, so I have an alert set there, so yeah, when it come down, then I would have my order down there. I would pay attention to the order that I put down there, way down there. I have order to buy at 267. Okay, so yeah, on the market pullback, I do see a chance to buy it down there. Energy remains strong, not a good thing. Look at this chart. This is ugly. Okay, no, cannot be good. See, this concerns me a lot more than power. Powell will have to react to this if it stay up. Okay, right now it is 1 month. It's transitory. Uh, it's not a good thing. I did trim. Okay, CVX. I did trim, and I will likely. Would I buy back? The question is, I have trimmed a few times now. I'm down to 2/3 of my position. Okay, I have trimmed 1/3 so far. The last one was, of course, yesterday. You know, when it's up this high. Yeah, I think my sell order was 168.58, something like that, up there. I had an order that basically matched the week of the previous 2 weeks. Yeah, of course, it went a little bit higher. Would I buy back? The answer is yes, but it's gonna have to be 165 and below. Okay, so for me, any kind of pullback, it has to be. I would buy the dip, but it had to be like 165 or below. Ideally, yeah, 164, 163 would be a beauty, right? To buy back those 1/3 share. Very similar pattern on ExxonMobil. If you have it, trim, right? It's near. Okay, it's near the peak. You should have your sell order for sure at 120-ish, right? So any kind of big wick up there, you can cash out at the 120. Yeah, so watch out, okay? Don't let greed cloud common sense, okay? $4 a gallon is not good for anyone. $4 gallon for gas is not good for anyone. So it can't stay up there for long, okay? It can't. It shouldn't. Let's see. I haven't talked about LNG. Gas, surprisingly, is not as strong, but I think it can buy the dip here. Okay, I think if you want a good energy trade into the cold winter, this is the one. Okay, liquefied natural gas. Okay, so yeah, I there could be a catch-up play on energy when it comes down to the gas. Okay, compared to gasoline, oil. So I think buying the dip here, sure, buy small. Okay, sure. Can it pull back down to the 153? Yeah. But for me right now, this is the spot. Okay, this is a level that I think is buyable on the dip right here. Sure, it violates the 50 a little bit, but there is reference right here. Okay, and it come down and bounce right there. So it's in the zone. It's in the buy zone for LNG. If you want exposure there. Speaking of LNG, same thing with CTRA for a long time. Okay, for those that follow me for a long time, I thought this was a range. Down here, you buy in the low 20s, you sell anything above 26. It was a gimme. It was a layup. Okay, for a good 6 months plus, it was a layup, and then it break out. And then, if you want to chase, you could, but you should have sold some, trim some, but now it's back into the zone where if you want to buy the dip, yeah, if you want to sell put spread, do 26, do 25, 22, something down here, okay, for the pullback. But I do think there is support for natural gas going into a winter. And if we have a super cold winter, expect price to be good, profit expanding there. All right, let's take a look at FANG. Buy the dip. Anything below 300, yeah, I did buy a little bit, just very tiny, but I have ordered in at 295 and below, all the way down to 283. Okay, so I have a couple order, not a lot. I do have another set here at 273 because that would be the big no-no. okay? Because if that failed, if this alert go off, that means that it came down to what I consider a short-term support. Okay, this zone right here is not, this was resistant support, so it's iffy. Okay, it's a short term. But if this is violated, then we can come all the way down to the 200 MA. Yeah, unthinkable. But for now, I don't mind buying the dip. 295. I have ordered at 295, 292, 290, like every $2 all the way down. Okay. I do like Meta and Google going into the election next year. So those are the two that are something that I would like to add on dip. So far, Google is stronger, is not anywhere near my buy zone. But yeah, down here, 134. Okay, I have ordered in at 134 all the way down to 130. Come on down. Amazon came down. I bought the dip. Okay, I bought the dip. I bought at 136. I had ordered in at 135, which did not trigger. But yeah, I left the 135 order there. So for now, yeah, I will buy the dip there. 135. I have ordered from 135 down to 127. Yeah, way down there. Okay, way down there. Of course, the big support zone. Of course, let's extend this out. Is that, yeah? You see that gray zone? It is an area where you really want to buy. Okay, so I'm buying small, but if there's a chance of some kind of crazy pullback, fill the gap, right? That's where that gap fill is. Yeah, I would buy big between here and the gray zone. Apple. Apple. For those that follow me, I did trim at 181. Oh, I got out at 181 with a small profit. I did not buy back in. Um, but if you have it, I would say be ready to pull the trigger. At the gap fill and the 50 MA, which is roughly 181.75 ish. Yeah, the confluence right there could be the short-term, near-term top, but that would be the spot. Of course, 184, and then what would be the reason for Apple to fill the gap up there in the 191 area? When I bought into Apple down here, that was a hope, right, for the gap fill. But no, China got to come in and ruin the product launch party. All right, Tesla, no touch. I'm out. Would I buy back? 252. Okay, 252. That's where the order is. No need to be in it right now. Would I buy more down in 234? Yeah. I would love to buy at 218. Yeah, come on down. Okay, fill the gap. See, look, there's a gap right here. 218.05. That's gonna line up with the channel low. Yeah, back up the truck right there. Be patient. Just be patient. Nvidia. Oh, that was ugly. Nvidia is struggling here. Struggling. Came down to some kind of line support, right? But nah. I got stopped out above. I did add a few shares, but then I said, nope, let's not add anymore. I had ordered all the way down. I could have been buying all the way down here, but I pulled those orders for now. I do have enough exposure to Nvidia, but less than I did say back here. So would I buy 415 below? That's where my order is. Okay, I move the order in the 430-ish area down to 415 and 407. Right. So to me, those are no-brainer spot to buy, especially 408. Okay, that's should be between 405 and 408. I think is good support right there. So I have a lot of buy orders in 408 and 405, and some at 415 and 410, right? So we'll see. We'll see. Microsoft, buy the dip. I did a little bit, just a little. Um, Microsoft has violated the 100 MA before. So now, yes, it's violating it. You have a confluence of the 20 and the 100. Okay, so I don't mind adding a little bit here. And I did yesterday and Monday. Would I sell them up there 340-ish and above? Yeah, quick. You know, these are small trade and quick trade. Okay, I'm not gonna be greedy about it. Um, let's see. Speaking of chip, let's talk about SMH. Came down, channel low. Okay, if you're a channel player, this is the time to go long. If you want to be safe, sell put spread below. Okay, but it's channel low. Look, okay, this is one of the most well-defined channel, right? So if you want to buy the dip here, small, yeah, okay. But if you're a little skittish, then do put spread long dated put spread into October using the 200 MA as your protection. So I would say sell, say, if they choose at say 125, 120, yeah, because then you have the gap fill. Okay, you have the gap fill right here, which is 129. Okay, so look for put spread below 129. Use that gap fill as your ultimate protection going out into October. By then, you will have this. It's all kind of protection. You get one. There's multiple protection. Okay, you have the one gap fill here. You get more than 3 level of protection for SMH down there. Texas Instrument, which I like. Yeah, it's time to sell put spread down here. All right, I like it here. The risk reward on Texas Instrument has always been to trying to go long down here, go short up there, 180 and above, go long 160 and below. Yeah, or sell put spread. That's what I do. I have rarely owned share outright. I do put spread down here, bear spread up there, bull spread down here, bear spread up there. But it's time. I will look to sell long dated put spread, most likely 155 and below, 145 and below, going out into late October for this. Qualcomm. Not compelling as far as where I would. Now, would I, if I were to sell put spread, it's gonna have to be gap fill. Okay, I would have to use the gap fill. So if the gap fill is 104-ish, my put spread had to be at the highest 103, 100. Okay, I want to use this ref low is my protection, and then the gap fill is my other protection. But yeah, it's had to be. Okay, Qualcomm can do ugly things very quickly. Let's go to banks. Goldman Sachs. Okay, top of the range. I did trim. Would I trim more if I get anywhere near 349? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. But for now, would I buy the dip? Ideally, I would like to buy the dip down here, 330 to 328. Okay, so for me, what I would trim 349. I would use 339 as my stop. Okay, I'm going to use that 200-day MA as my stop. I'm going to raise it. Right now, my stop is 337, but I want to raise it up to 339. Okay, I used the low of day last week here on this day, 914 as my stop, but I want to raise it up to 339. That's too much gain. Too much gain to get back. But I like Goldman Sachs. KRE, it is in that zone. If you want to nibble, you can. I'm not. I sell put spread. 40, 37. Okay. It filled the gaps. It has filled the gap. So for those patient, the past month, we are here. Okay, we are here. Well, it actually touched fill the gap right here too. So, but we are here. We're struggling here. There could be a pop, depending on what Powell said today. So yeah, I don't hate KRE here. I hate it here. That's why I sold 75% of my holding. Speaking of financial, AXP, I bought the dip. I've been buying the dip. Okay, I would like to see it get back into the channel. Okay, so I double down actually, and I would like to, like I said, I don't mind. I don't mind. I like AXP here. I like it here. Sure, Visa was a better trade for those that do Visa. Yeah, this was a gift. Okay, on this day, I saw put spread. Okay, yeah, Visa strong. Visa strong. Okay, same thing with Mastercard. Very strong. Very strong. Very strong. Yeah. No chasing here, so I'm buying AXP, but those are very strong. All right, let's go into the boring staple. Okay, Hershey, 20 MA rejection. Okay, look, it's gonna go sideways. I think Hershey is gonna go sideways for the next many weeks until earning. Okay, so what you're gonna see is it's gonna bounce between 206 and 210 ish in this zone. The 20 MA is gonna flatline, and then potentially we can hit a big move. General Mills came out with earnings today, I think, right? I believe so. They came out with earnings today, I think. Let me look. Yeah, they came out solid. Okay, solid. From what I read quickly, it was higher price is what offset weaker sales. Okay, so nothing to be super bullish, but I have a few share. I don't mind holding on to those share. Let them go sideways. Let the 20 come down. Add to them going into October, and then you get the post tax selling rebound late this year. Okay, that's the play for the General Mills, the Kellogg. Okay, they bouncing right off the low, but does not mean that oh my God they're gonna run. No, they're gonna stay in this down range for a while. Tax loss is coming, people. Okay, it's coming. Okay, so same thing with KXC. All right, I bought into every single one of these companies. I brought up. I bought not last week, but 2 weeks ago when I started to mention them. So yes, I bought many of them near the low, and I would add to them later. No rush. Okay, I initiate position anywhere from having 5 to 10 share in each of them, and that's fine. Pepsi, I bought the dip. I add on the dip. Yes, I did. Would I add more to it? Yeah, I would. I like Pepsi down here. Okay, it's kind of below the channel, right? So I like to see it get back. Let's get back over the 20. Let's get back in there. Okay, but I like Pepsi. I like Coke too. I add to Coke. Channel low. Okay, I add to Coke. I think I have more Coke now. Well, no, I take that back. I'm still not where near the most Coke I own. I own more Coke, of course, way down here, right? I have trade Coke long, no, long here and then out, long, out, long, out. Okay, long. And so yeah, I've been long Coke. This is my fourth uh, return to the plate here, so we'll see. Um, but it's still not the biggest position. It's bigger than when I was here and when was it here, but it's not as big as when it was down here. So I would like to add McDonald's. Okay, it's out of the channel, below support, so it's struggling here. Would I add to it? Hard to say. I would add to it if if McDonald's keep going sideways for the next few weeks, and it can, you know, I don't know what's going to do. The number should be very good, but I'm watching it to see if it can break. See, this was support, that gray zone. It need not to be resistant, so it need to get in there and then get back in the channel. But right now it is dicey. Okay, it's dicey to be down there. Of course, we'll talk about Mondelez as well. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I would not add to this. I don't have any, but yeah, if you want to add, well, for sure you should have your stop. Okay, at the minimum, your stop should be 20. Buy back 69 to 70. Yeah, channel up. Yeah. Let's see, LH. I did not add, but I did add to DGX. Okay, I did. I keep throwing out order in the 125-ish area, and I grab some more. I will, of course, the big one is down here. Okay, I have more order at between 122 and 120. Come on down, and I will double down. Okay. Once again, I nowhere near the quantity of share I had back here. So come on down. I will double, easily double. I can see myself easily double down there. LH. The Met device has been struggling. Abbott, yes, channel low. So if you want to add, here is the spot. It's been here before. The last 2 weeks has been rough for Abbott. So yeah, same thing with EW. Ugly, right? Ugly. I'm not adding anything there. I'm just watching and waiting. Okay, it's just not behaving. The strongest of the bunch is surprisingly Medtronic. If you have it, I would say look to trim here, between here and 84, for sure 85, okay? Look to trim. If you have it, which I do, and they are in profit. So yeah, I would look to, I've ordered in to trim at 84 and 85, okay, up there. Let's see, what other sector? Okay, I did buy a little bit of Martin Marietta. Yeah, yeah, it's in that zone. It better hold. Okay, I'm gonna have a very tight stop on this, which I do. I bought a dip, but I also put in a stop at 418. Okay, because you know, it's I don't like to see this breakdown. Okay, this I don't mind. I bought the dip. This was kind of ugly. I bought the dip too, but after I bought it, I'm like, I'm gonna put my stop right there at 418. So if it violates that, then I buy back below. It is what it is. Now on VMC, I like it a little bit more. It into some support. It's holding support. So I add more VMC compared to, I have a larger position in VMC than Martin Marietta, and I like it here. Okay, it need to hold. Same thing here, right? I got my stop in after I bought yesterday. My stop is low of yesterday, 207.85. Okay, so I don't mind buying into this gray zone, but once this gray zone is violated, lower we can go. Okay, it is what it is. It can come down in a hurry. It came up in a hurry. Okay, this was a great run, and now it's sliding. Okay, so it's have given up. If you want to do the quick math, it has given up half of this move. Okay, if we trace 50% of this move. Okay, so it should be support here, but we'll see. It was red hot for a long time, the past 4 months, red hot. Speaking of industrial, Boeing, channel low, below 200 MA. Okay, this sector has been out of favor. I add a little bit, not a lot, very small position. Okay, but I don't mind having a little exposure here, a little. Okay, you gotta have diversify, have a little into industrial, but it is weak here. Okay, it need well, depend on, if you look at this channel as a real channel. I drew it in, but we'll see. We'll see if this hold, then if it hold and bounce, then yeah, we can call this a channel. 3M, I bought more. Yes, I did. Okay, yeah, I like 3M down here. I don't mind. Okay, I don't mind. There will be tax loss selling. Okay, so it's no rush to buy a lot, but I think the gap fill is not that far below. I have more orders at the gap fill. It's a small position which I'm willing and ready to double down at the gap fill. Okay, order is in. Clorox, ugly, ugly move here. Um, I bought a little bit, but I'm gonna hold off to see. It filled the gap. Okay, I bought it when it filled the gaps. Uh, the order I had was like way down here, but still, that was an ugly move. We'll see. We'll see how it behaves, but that has been pretty ugly. I like it here. Okay, it's at the zone of support. Okay, so we'll see. I'm not ready to add more. Okay, I'm not ready to add more. That's for sure. Oh, let's talk about Disney. I haven't talked about Disney in a while. If you want to sell put spread, 79, 76. Okay, the last time I saw put spread, 2 weeks ago, 81, 78. That hurt me a little bit. That was crazy. Thankfully, I had 79 put spread as well below that negate the loss there, but that was crazy. Disney is in trouble. Okay, they can't find a way out of their political stand, and they can't own up to it. Not good. Not good at all. Netflix, ugly, right? I bought the dip on this move. Yeah, I said, oh yeah, there might be no, no, okay, but down here. Okay, so I'm patient. Okay, I bought a few share. I said no more. Um, would I add down here at 376, 377 level, channel low? Yeah, that's the spot. Okay, that's my next area of adding. Otherwise, I'm not adding. Channel low. Okay, I thought that the 100 MA will hold. No, I thought the weakness in all the streamers will help Netflix. No, so channel low. I will add. No need to jump in there before. Uh, let's end it on defense. Lockheed Martin has been super crazy since the news 2 weeks ago, right? You get this big dip, ugly, yeah. Uh, it can be back into the channel. Okay, to me, it's I don't hate it here. I don't love it here either, but you're gonna have tax loss. Okay, look, you can't look at a 12-month chart like this and think that there's not gonna be any kind of tax loss pressure. Tax loss selling pressure will be there, so it might be going sideways. Same thing with Raytheon. Okay, Raytheon. I think it bottomed. I think this is it. I think it might stay down here for the foreseeable next 6 weeks until next earning, right? What would be the reason for it to come? You know, unless it come out next earning and say, hey, we overestimate the cost of fixing those jet engine and it's going to be a little bit less and blah blah blah. Then yeah, but yeah, tax loss pressure will be a lid on this thing for a while. I think 75 is going to be like the range for a while. So if you want to sell put spread below, long dated, I think that's okay. But no, I'm glad I stay out of it, for the most part. Let's end on Honeywell. Okay, I trim. I bought Honeywell on this move here. I bought more. I bought more. And it was painful. It was painful for this move. Trust me. Okay. And then I got rewarded. Okay. And I trim, and I will trim more between 196 and 199. Okay. I took off a few, and I will pick up a few more. How did I skip out on JSK? Goodness gracious. I trim a lot. I'm 60% out of JSK. Okay, so, and I have stop in. My stop is way up here. Okay, way up here. I'm not giving up anything below 37, right? So yeah, it's up there. And if 37 is violated back into the 36 below, then I will be 80% out. Okay, so we'll see. I might even adjust that to be 100% out if 37 is violated. But this move, I'm not sure what the reason is for the move, but the volume not all that impressive. And that is it for the week. See you in a couple weeks. Good luck today with the Fed decision. I think it's gonna be one of those like meh. The market probably will bounce because it sold off the last couple of days into the Fed, but there's nothing that the Fed say that's gonna be a surprise. Okay, they're gonna pause. They're gonna wait. They're gonna be data dependent, and we're just gonna have to wait week by week on what the data is as far as the economic news. Nothing else. Okay, there's nothing else to overthink about it. Later.